How does permafrost impact human activities in periglacial regions? If you're curious about how permafrost affects people living and working in the harsh, icy environments of periglacial regions, you're in the right place. Let's break down the details to understand the significant impacts. Permafrost, or ground that remains frozen for at least 2 years, is a critical component of periglacial environments. However, as the climate warms, this frozen ground is starting to thaw, and it's having far-reaching effects. One of the most immediate impacts is on infrastructure. When permafrost thaws, the ground beneath buildings, roads, and pipelines can become unstable. This can lead to structural damage as the soil contracts and expands with the freeze-thaw cycle. In many Russian Arctic cities, more than half of the buildings have been damaged due to this shifting earth, putting the stability of entire cities at risk. The Trans-Alaska Pipeline is a prime example of how infrastructure must be carefully designed to handle permafrost. The pipeline has segments above ground to avoid the thawing permafrost, and it has been successful in transporting oil despite these challenges. Permafrost thaw also affects the way communities live. Indigenous peoples in the Arctic are particularly vulnerable, as their ancestral lands and burial grounds are being washed away by increased flooding. The melting ground destroys ice cellars, which are essential for storing food, disrupting subsistence lifestyles, and threatening food security. In addition to infrastructure and community impacts, permafrost thaw has significant environmental consequences. As the frozen ground thaws, it releases massive amounts of carbon dioxide and methane, which are potent greenhouse gases. This process accelerates global warming, creating a cycle where warming soil leads to more heat-trapping gases being released into the atmosphere. The thawing permafrost can also lead to the reemergence of harmful bacteria and diseases that have been frozen for centuries. For instance, an anthrax outbreak in northern Russia in 2016 was linked to a rotting animal carcass found in the permafrost, highlighting the health risks associated with permafrost thaw. Periglacial environments, while challenging, offer more opportunities for human activities like fishing and mineral extraction compared to glacial areas. However, these activities must be managed carefully to avoid environmental damage and ensure sustainability. For example, fishing is a mainstay in regions like Siberia, and mineral extraction projects like the Trans-Alaska Pipeline have to be designed with the dynamic nature of the ground in mind. In summary, permafrost thaw in periglacial regions poses significant challenges to human activities, from damaging infrastructure and disrupting community lifestyles to exacerbating climate change and health risks. Understanding these impacts is crucial for managing and adapting to these changing environments.